Okay.
If only we lived
This is Big Brother. You are reminded that your nominations must be your own choice and must not be influenced by any of the other housemates. Under Big Brother rules, you must give full, frank and valid reasons for each of your nominations.
You come down here and show us how it's done then.
You will be called to the diary room in alphabetical order.
Yeah.
Please come promptly when you are called. Once you are in the diary room, Big Brother will ask you to nominate 2 people for eviction and to explain your reasons for choosing them. You are reminded that your nominations and any subsequent discussion with Big Brother regarding your nominations in the diary room are confidential. The 2 or more people who receive most nominations will face the public vote for eviction at the end of the week.
You're laughing, huh?
We know it, but when he says it, it sounds worse.
It does, doesn't it? The public.
Would Cameron come to the diary room?
Go on, Cameron.
Go on, big man.
Okay. Salute.
Do you mind? I'll get in there.
I will do my best.
Well, this sucks.
We'll do our best.
Afternoon, Big Brother.
Cameron, could you give the name of your first nomination and explain your reasons for this nomination?
My first nomination is John, and the reason is I'm in here to have a good time, and it's starting to annoy me how he's picking faults with everything about Big Brother, whether it's the cameras behind the windows or any small thing. I'm just in here to get on with it and have a good time, and I'm getting fed up. I do the second person will have to be Tanya. I think we risk Tanya getting bored the most easily if she's in here for a long time, and girls that are bored are not a top favourite of mine. She might get moody, catty, unpleasant to be around.
Do you think, darling, what? Just twist the
Must be
mic.
really affecting your attention.
Well done, Cameron.
Well done, mate.
Well done, mate.
Let's see he looks at.
Watch his eyes.
Body language.
Let me think. And I was like, oh, it's a killer.
I remember.
This is Big Brother. Can Federico please come to the diary room?
Go on, boy. Go on, like.
Doing English literature, but then literature for Asian.
Can't you do like Anne Lang?
Couldn't. No, not in school.
I'll give her a name of my first nomination. Then, first, before I tell you anything, I'll just say there's no one I dislike in the house. Get out of the way, but I'll give you the name of it now. I will nominate Justine first, purely because the other night we were talking and we were having a passing conversation actually about John, and she was saying to me that she couldn't work him out and he seemed a little strange, and I just thought it was quite judgmental. Second of all, I'm going to nominate Tanya. I suppose I just can't really relate to her a lot in many conversations. It really just revolves around Tanya's social scene, which is fair enough, but I just feel it's very, very hard to converse.
No one go quiet. No one think.
You got your drink. I need to think.
No. Oh, did you do that? Did you go, I promise to do my best?
Yeah, give him a salute.
Come on.
Oh, yeah, that.
Well done, Mum.
Did you do the salute in there?
Yeah.
Did you give the salute?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Got to keep me end up.
Oh, you don't have to do that, just salute.
I'll do my best before. Go on. Am I just before you? You were just before me.
This is
I'm in
Big
between.
Brother. Would Goss come to the diary room?
Don't forget the salute.
G-H-I-J-J. I'm after Justine, I think, am I?
Poor man.
First one, I think Justine, only because I haven't really got to know her. That's a really lame excuse, but that's the only reason I can think of. I've not got to know her as well as the others.
Goss, it states in the rules that this is not a valid reason for nomination.
All right.
Please can you give Big Brother a valid reason for your choice?
I think because, I don't know. Maybe it's because she hasn't done her bit in the house. I don't know what I mean by that. Maybe it's because she hasn't pulled her weight. Second one is John. Again, I don't know why. Is because sometimes he can be a bit annoying when he's, slagging off Big Brother, and doesn't seem to be always enjoying the experience of Big Brother and stuff like that. And he always seems to have something to moan about. I mean, that's all I can think of, to be honest. Is that not a good enough reason either?
Like 12-year-old boy.
Really? God. I never went that far of watching it.
No, you watched the first one.
That's the first one, didn't bother me the rest.
Yeah.
But it was scary at the time.
I've never thought with
It's done now, Goss.
Done, mate.
Give the salute out. Give the salute
This is Big Brother. Can John come to the diary room?
Big cheer on yours.
Relax yourself in the space of 5 minutes.
Big cheer on yours, because yours will be the last one.
Do wave.
Yeah.
People will be bored of clapping by the time it's our turn. We won't get anything.
Who's next? You, John?
With a certain degree of irony, my first nomination goes to the person that I bonded with first in the house, and it's Justine. The thing is that Justine consumes a lot, and I don't mean in that way that it's going to be taken. I just mean that occasionally, you'll see her with a beer during the middle of the day when the rest of us are quite determinedly saving the beer till the evening. Or I think it was yesterday that broke the straw that broke the camel's back when we were doing sausage sandwiches, and I was carefully putting a thin scraping of tomato sauce on everybody's sandwich, and Justine was given the bottle and somehow managed to use half of it. I think the house would be better off without her here, because we'd have more to eat and drink. Yeah, well, the second nomination isn't very much easier, I'm afraid. I was determined not to nominate Federico because I didn't want it to look like he was in any way blamed for last week's task failure, which he isn't. He definitely isn't. But we all pitch in and we all do bits and pieces, and some of us do loads more, and Steph works like a slave half the time, and Cameron and Goss are always cooking. I find it hard to see what Federico actually contributes to the house. I know he cooks his beans, and that's really where I came up with his name. He was saying in the pool the other day, I'm just going to be known for my magic beans, and I thought, well, yeah, great, that's great, but I don't really know what else you do, mate, around the place. I know he washes up occasionally, but he sleeps a lot, and I don't really know what else.
We've only got about 3 rounds left.
I don't know, we've got spoiled stories.
I think we got an extra 8, I think we bought.
It's alright, you can go to town now. We know we've got enough for the week.
Release.
You can go to town on giving it a good old clean.
Oh.
We all do it, Tanya.
I know we do.
Oh, shit, mate.
I feel really great about myself as a person now.
It's getting closer and closer, and I am feeling sick.
I don't think I want to.
In the jumpers?
Change my name.
Just take off the jumpers.
Yeah, we'll do some exercises later on. Well, after 8 o'clock, and we know all this.
This is Big Brother. Can Justine please come to the diary room?
Salute
the big man.
Did you salute, John?
Yes.
Salute, Justine, salute.
Not on the way out. I just did
When
it.
you get the public on there first before we run.
The first one is John. I don't know, I've just seen a change in him these past few days. It's just kind of creeping me out, I have to say. It's just, I can't talk to him, I can't look at him, I can't hear his voice. It's just creeping me out, I have to say. I think my second one would have to be Ray. I've tried to sort of, get to know him a bit better, and it's not happening.
And can you explain why that might be the case?
No, I can't, because, he's... whether there is a clash of personalities or a lack of trying on both parts. I just know that's...
Good sign.
Do you remember Texans?
Yeah.
Sure is a mighty chew.
It was an orange packet with
Minty
Texan.
Highland toffee, and halfway
Yeah,
through
nice.
you'd be like, oh, face ache.
Yeah.
Justin!
I like that.
No.
Don't forget us to gallop.
Who wants to drink? No, thank you.
Yes, please. Whiskey.
Yeah. And Coke.
Straight up.
This is Big Brother. Can Noosh come to the diary?
Gallop a girl, gallop a girl.
Full on gallop.
Sorry for that was really silly.
Hello, your evilness.
Noosh, could you give the name of the first housemate you have chosen to nominate and your reasons for nominating them?
Ray, because I don't think I've ever seen him cook in the kitchen.
Do you have any other reasons for nominating Ray?
No. He is not a culinary wizard. So he must be destroyed. Oh. That's it.
Now could you give the name of your second nomination and explain your reasons for this nomination?
John. Because I don't think I've seen him cook either.
Next on me. Bollocks.
This is Big Brother. Can Ray come to the diary?
Go boy.
Go on, son. Fancy that. I really fancy like bailing. What can you do? Can I any way I don't have to say anything?
My first nomination is going to be John. I feel sometimes, say, when we actually say, for example, we say something with Big Brother might say, he might sort of kind of go into it a bit too much and start giving out about the whole kind of hold on. Okay, I feel that sometimes he's taking this whole kind of process a bit too seriously, like constantly coming into the diary room about 3 or 4 times a day, trying to, giving all these diary entries, when I feel that sometimes it isn't necessary. My second nomination is going to be Justine. I can have more of a laugh with the other girls than say with Justine, even though she's a great girl and all that stuff. But I just feel like I just feel like I'm having more of a laugh with the other girls.
We should play a game. I don't know what.
I need a shower first.
Yeah, we should.
Need a workout.
Yeah, you can exercise.
It is a killer, isn't it?
Mm.
This is Big Brother. Can Scott come to the diary?
Go boy.
He's got to make it nervous.
It'd be better if he didn't sound like he was announcing a funeral or something.
The name of my first nomination is Steph. I still feel like I don't really know her as well as a lot of other people. Maybe she hasn't opened herself up as much as other people in the group, and therefore, if she was to leave, it wouldn't be the end of my world, sort of thing. I don't feel that I bond with her too well. I don't feel that we've got much of a laugh going on, and I think the feeling is probably mutual. The second nomination is John. He's a very clever lad. He's witty. But we just don't seem to connect. We don't seem to be sort of on the same level at all. We have moments of almost uncomfortable silence together, which I don't think I have with anybody else. If anybody in the group rubs people up slightly the wrong way, I'd say it's probably John, to be honest, just because he's dedicated to detail, and that's a good thing, and that sort of thing is the sort of thing that made us win the task on Saturday, and it's the sort of thing that's going to get us through this. But I think I know from other people in the group that it rubs them up the wrong way.
Is it?
Who said that? Don't talk about my family like that. What? You talking to me? You looking at me? What did that sneeze mean?
That was a sign.
No, it's great. Let's go.
Did it? What?
Did it? You did it then?
Well, I did it, yeah, because I'm out, honey.
Did they tell you that?
I don't know.
This is Big Brother. Can Sissy come to the
Go,
dance?
Sissy!
Alright, Ian.
But that's not a bad idea.
Everybody did it.
Everyone refused to nominate, so
Sissy, could you give the name of your first nomination and explain your reasons for this nomination?
Ray. My reasons for this nomination is that over the past week, over the time we've been in here, I haven't really entered into any conversations with him. He doesn't really seem to have made any effort to speak to me, even though I've gone up to him and tried. He hasn't made me laugh in a conversation. He doesn't brighten my day by speaking to me. My second nomination is Scott, and that's pretty much for the same reason, that I haven't really entered into any lengthy conversations with him. Maybe because Scott, Ray and Fed are in a clique. They're very cliquey together, so you have to penetrate that clique in order to speak to them, and even then they're still speaking to each other, so it's very rare that you actually have a conversation with one of them, because where one is, the other one is.
1956.
Yeah, I was born.
Yeah, I'll be.
Good for you, Sis. Do you feel as though you've just jumped into a plane?
Yeah, I feel like I've been told off.
Oh,
That's how you feel, don't you?
6.
This is Big Brother. Can Steph come to the diary?
Okay, Steph.
Do you want a salute?
She's running.
Look at her run.
Yeah, salute, man.
Steph, could you give the name of your first nomination and explain your reasons for this nomination?
Scott. First and foremost, I think he's forming like bonds with certain people, which is sort of breaking the group off. And I also feel I can't sort of make him out. I think he could. I don't know. Some of the things he says, I'm wondering if he's perhaps a bit false. But maybe not, I don't really know. My second nomination is Federico, because I feel that him and Scott are almost breaking themselves off at times from the group. They spend time with the group, he spends time with the group, but I feel that they're much more sort of together, and this sort of bond almost, it makes me feel a bit more uncomfortable.
How do you mean uncomfortable, Steph?
In the sense, well, it's for both, you see. This is hard to, and I can give you a more petty reason, because he always wheezes all over the toilet seat and on the floor and everywhere and doesn't mop it up, and he never flushes the toilet after.
And then mix up groups again and just spend like 3 hours just, well, I don't know, I'm not going over the top there. So like, what, you were in there for ages?
Yeah, did it feel like I was in
No.
I felt like I was in there a week.
Was it really cold in there as well?
So once you get over
The kite.
This is Big Brother. Can Tanya come?
Salvian Snoop.
Slags.
My first nomination will be Cameron. I just feel like if, for example, I had a problem with a task, or I needed to do something in the kitchen and I didn't quite know how to do it, Cameron, this is going to sound so bad, but Cameron would probably be the last person that I'd go to ask. Not because I don't think that he'd help me, because he would, but I just feel more comfortable going to another member of the group rather than Cameron. I sound like such a bitch.
Why is that, Tanya?
I don't know, I feel a bit I don't know, sometimes I feel a bit stupid when I talk to Cameron. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I just can't seem to be me. Oh my god, I'm making this into a bigger deal than what it actually is, and it's so not. I've just got to pick 2 people and... Okay. My second nomination is going to be Sissy. It's just I feel that sometimes her character... not her character, I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for, but she can be a bit strong sometimes with her direction towards tasks or towards people. I can understand that you need one person to kind of get things in order, but sometimes you can, you know, you don't need to be so or like firm with things.
Finally, can you please confirm the names of the 2 housemates you have chosen to nominate?
I've chosen to nominate Cameron and Sissy.
Thank you, Tanya. You may leave the diary room.
Thank you.
Who goes? You decide. To evict John, call 09011 214405 or text vote John to 85444. To evict Justine, call 09011 214406 or text vote Justine to 85444.